after Yaki.
Next matchup is going to be another Zerg versus Zerg. We're going to be playing on Polar Night. So I don't expect to see much of a macro game here either, maybe 2 or 3 base play. This is a Platinum level matchup. And it's going to be SauCe versus Muzzy. So hold on to your pants, folks. This is going to be a doozy. I feel it.
Looking good. Looking good. Let's check it out. What are your predictions going into the game, Corn? Just off the names.
I think SauCe. I think I like SauCe.
Yeah? Well, then I gotta go with Muzzy. Because Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he?
Ladies and gentlemen, on Polar Night, we have from the winning team of the last 2 games, it is L13.Muzzy.
And in the 6 o'clock position, in the bottom middle of the map-ish, comes Stratk.SauCe.
See, I'm like, I feel like I should call him SauCe because that C is capitalized.
Uh-huh.
So
well, I'll stick with you.
So I'm going to say, I'm going with SauCe.
Alright, sounds good to me.
Go with SauCe.
He's a saucy devil.
Sauce/SauCe or any Team Stratk Gaming folks, if you know how his name is supposed to be pronounced, you feel free to let us know in the chat. We'll maybe read it and maybe correct ourselves. But for now, SauCe, you are SauCe.
Hey man, public gets to choose, right? Once it's out there, it's our call. But no early gas is coming down this game.
As he says,
relatively early.
Yeah, 13
no,
gas.
No 10 gases, okay?
I actually think that was what, a 14 gas. So we might be seeing a. I think that was just a 14 gas, wasn't it?
That was a 14, yes, but still, very good timing.
14 gas, 14 pool. He's just trying to get a speedling build out there for that Zerg player. And on the other side, Muzzy, 15 pool.
All right, Corn, I gotta ask you a question as a Zerg player. Does the placement of your spawning pool make a difference?
It depends. In ZVZ, I don't think it makes that much of a difference. If anything, you might want to put it near gas, and you might want to, you might want to put it in between the gas and your hatchery, so you can use a queen to block just in case there's any sort of early ling pressure. If you want to be a little bit more defensive. When you're playing a ZVT, I personally like to put the spawning pool behind the mineral line just in case there's any Reapers or Hellion run-bys. You kind of mess with their AI pathing. Against Protoss, it doesn't matter at all. That's my personal opinion on the placement.
Got it. Okay, well, Muzzy taking his expansion, no gas yet, so it looks like he's just going for a gas expand, no gas expand. And on the other side, we had I believe it was a 14-14 with the expand drone now going down for SauCe. So it looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit more of a macro game out of these 2 players.
Yeah, I don't see any aggression coming out. If the aggression comes
I don't know,
out,
man. These 2 lings that are going across the map right now. It's pretty aggressive.
That's a normal ling timing. You just build those lings to try, more or less, they're scouting lings. You just want to try to get a scout off, see what your opponent can do, and you're not really going to be looking to do any damage with those.
Well, anyway,
as you can see, they're on move command, just running around the base.
That puts him a little bit behind. The disadvantage now is Muzzy.
That one larva. And SauCe here leaving 1 person on gas, I think, for I think he's just going to leave that and eventually throw down a Baneling nest, probably around when he gets 50 or 100 gas. And both players playing a little bit passive here. SauCe with his speedlings, probably going to try to pick off a few drones, I would guess, with these lings. I don't think he's not going to do any real damage. Just going to try to pick off a drone or 2, see if he can get some damage done, and then just run away. He's not going to scout with these lings. And indeed, they actually find a queen unprotected. They might get this queen here, and that would be pretty big for SauCe. And indeed, he does get the queen. There is nothing protecting Muzzy's Nature right now, and SauCe gets some good damage, gets a couple worker kills, as well as a queen. Almost forces You know, Muzzy still doesn't have that baneling nest down. Was thinking about putting it down for a little while, but you know, Muzzy now needs to throw down another queen. That's 150 minerals, and this early in the game, that can be huge. And it actually looks like SauCe wants to see if he can do anything else. He's throwing a lot more lings out there. Looks like he was trying. He was
on the way.
a couple banelings being morphed in now. I don't know if I was SauCe, I would almost think that just going for the hatch kill would be a better situation. You can use those 2 banelings you're morphing to hold the ramp, but it looks like he's actually going for a very strong attack here. These banelings trying to get what they can. Some great baneling hit there, and now these roaches. Oh, the baneling unfortunately going off on the queen. Not what you really wanted. You wanted to save that for drones, and SauCe is just going to worker town now, trying to get the queen. Unfortunately, he had a little that queen on good hold position, and that shows you why that's a good position for the spawning pool.
We see the benefit now of that spawning pool there. The queen gets a nice little cubby just to chill in.
A couple more Zerglings. At this point, I don't think SauCe's going to get any more.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to get any more done, but he certainly did get a lot done. However, he does have a lot of lings. So that whole time that he was killing drones, he was also, in a way, just sort of catching up on the drone count, as Muzzy had a few more drones than him. So well done by Muzzy to not lose as much as he could have.
SauCe is actually ahead in drone count right now, 23 to 21. He also has equal number of banelings, 4 to 4, equal number of Zerglings, 12 to 12. SauCe does have the queen lead, which is very huge, and he is starting to make that the wall of buildings in his natural to really help prevent any sort of attack from his opponent's Zerglings. And these 2 Zerglings going after these banelings here might get one. No, they get surrounded, and no baneling deaths, unfortunately, but that would have been a pretty big win too.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Roach Warren on the way from SauCe. On the other side of the map, just drones for Muzzy. And those banelings not exactly cost efficient.
But they did stop the attack, and or were they offensive? I missed it.
They were defensive.
I thought so. So SauCe actually looking in a really good spot right now, has a very decent wall at his natural, preventing any sort of Zergling run by.
What are these banelings doing? Uh-oh. Oh, that last one gets a good hit off, so that's good. He pretty much actually shut this attack down. That's a lot of Zerglings that were just lost to those banelings, which I didn't think would actually happen.
Ooh, and then 2 for 2. Muzzy actually taking the supply lead on that. 2 Zerglings not going to be able to kill the queen. The queen's actually just going to hold off the attack by herself. And Zerglings trying to get a baneling, and they're not going to get it, unfortunately. And now a lot more Zerglings coming up. They're just going to get annihilated by that baneling, and SauCe just lets them fall.
Muzzy with some very interesting mid-map banelings. Those banelings that he used actually just completely shut the attack down. It was almost stuffed. And it's very interesting that those lings, with their speed, just got intercepted there.
So
SauCe not really paying as much attention as he should have been.
I have some bad news.
What's that?
It is actually SauCe.
Oh.
He just thought the C looked cool, wasn't trying to be fun or anything. So,
well, I'm a fan of that. That's
sorry.
That's the cool. You win, SauCe.
Sorry, SauCe.
A whole lot of banelings in the middle of the map for Muzzy. Looks like he's going to
This is the
very aggressive.
The baneling marching 5 by 12. Raw. Raw.
And again, this is where not having any min-map overlords is going to hurt SauCe, but he does have a large amount of roaches as well as banelings of himself.
And these banelings, you don't really want these banelings going into roaches, but they're just going straight for the buildings. The Roach Warren and the Evolution Chamber get taken down, and the banelings are just waddling home. That Broodling trying to get a baneling kill. Oh, wow. 2 banelings from SauCe take out like 5 to 20 from Muzzy. That's a big range, but it's okay. We do math. So we actually have, it looks like a little bit of a counter coming from SauCe here. Coming from SauCe. As SauCe going...
SauCe with this big attack, a lot of roaches here. Banelings not going to be so effective. However, they're going for the cocoons of the other banelings. Does shut down all of SauCe's banelings that were morphing in there. So there's going to be no banelings on SauCe on this side of the map for a while. Muzzy, it looks like it's going to be a tough hold, but one he certainly can do with the large amount of links he has. Those roaches doing work.
These banelings not going to do too much. There's not many zerglings left for those banelings to counter, and a couple of roaches get surrounded by zerglings. A baneling goes off on a roach, and these zerglings are just trying to pick off any stray roaches they can find, and they're actually going to... There's a queen out on the middle of the map, and Sauce is going to lose a queen that has lost her way. What were you doing off creep and away from your base? Muzzy is going to take down all of Sauce's forces, and oh, he runs into a baneling, and you know what baneling versus zergling means. Dead zergling.
Oh, almost.
But no, these zerglings are actually getting up into the main. They're going to fight a couple. Oh, that baneling, what's it going to do? It only takes out about 5 zerglings, so we have a lot of zerglings here for Muzzy going after roaches again, but these roaches are actually fighting back, so it will be a fairly even trade. Sauce down to 45 supply. Actually has to pull his drones to try to attack Muzzy on the huge offensive here. What is Sauce able to do attacking with drones to counter these zerglings of his opponent, and now finally has another wave of zerglings.
Oh, these banelings at the natural do take out a bunch of drones, and not very efficient. They're only taking out 2 with those second couple of banelings, but definitely worth it. Here come more zerglings into the natural.
Muzzy
take out that spine crawler.
Muzzy wants to take down that spine crawler, and that's really and a lot of banelings here coming in for Sauce, and
even trades there. Oh, never mind.
And I think with that, Muzzy is going to. I think Muzzy is now going to have to go back home. And during all this, Muzzy on the back foot back home was actually getting a lair, building some drones. He has a spire morphing. He has 300 gas currently banked up, 1,500 minerals. So those probably about 4 to 5 mutalisks that he's going to be able to build when that spire finishes are going to be huge, because there's really only 1 queen right now. No queens out for Sauce. And Muzzy just keeps on attacking, forcing Sauce to keep using units. And Muzzy right now has, 2 hatcheries and 2 queens, so in the larva lead, in the economic lead. So I think this is just Sauce is trying to hold on, but it does not look very good for Sauce right now.
Things are looking grim for Sauce.
Muzzy just pushing the attack.
Baneling trades, man.
And another queen going to be surrounded and killed, not even getting a inject off on the hatchery. And this hatchery is going down, and once this hatchery goes down, I don't see how Sauce has a chance. Now he is just so larva starved that, and Muzzy just pulling back, not wanting to take any damage from those broodlings. Sauce trying to immediately rebuild his hatchery, but what is he going to be able to defend with? He's just going to lose this to the forced aggression of Sauce. Or of
Muta
Muzzy.
is now running across the map, 4 of them, and there's only 1 unit on Sauce's entire side of the map that has any anti-air capabilities, and I think 4 Muta should be able to take down a queen with relative ease.
And really, the other thing is here, once he sees these mutas, it's almost a GG, unfortunately.
Yeah, he has no response. He doesn't even have his lair, even morphing. I mean, being on 1 base makes it pretty hard, especially at 17:45.
The mutas, unfortunately, were attacking one of those eggs for a little bit, and now that queen is down, there is nothing Sauce can do. Unfortunately,
yeah, taking out the drones. GG is called by both players.
And that does it. So,
taking it
Lucky
again.
13 taking the first 3 games.
Looking very strong. Lower level players coming out very big for Lucky 13. Let's see if some of the higher league players for Stratk can take it back. I believe, what is it? Is it a best of 9 or a best of 7?
It is a best of 9.
So they have 2 games of leeway now, while Lucky 13 is sitting on 5. So things looking up for Lucky 13, but Stratk is certainly not out of it by any means.
And we actually have